Well, hello there, Aquarius. How are you? It is so good to see you. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your November 2023 General Tarot reading. We'll take a look at the overall energy with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, and of course, advice from Spirit. So let's take a look. Let's see what is on the horizon for you. We have grounding, go deep, explore your roots. And Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. Okay, so this is the energy of root chakra, okay, the grounding. Spending some time in nature, barefoot if possible, if the weather permits, gardening without gloves on, eating root vegetables, hugging trees, sitting by water. All of those things help us to ground and kind of like get back to what nature has for us. And there is something here about, with the explore your roots, looking at perhaps your past. You see how she's sitting there by the tree and looking at the water. It's kind of like allowing yourself some time, perhaps in nature, if you could possibly do it, to just kind of reflect on your past, on some of the things that may have occurred either in your childhood or young adulthood, or even, in the last year or so, as we're getting to the end of 2023, right? And looking at those situations, even the painful ones, and being grateful for the wisdom, the insight, the silver lining, okay, of each of those situations, right? And when we can do that, when we can get to the point where we can see the silver lining in every situation, literally, if you can get to that point, right? That is when we're truly healed. When we can forgive ourselves for what has occurred on our path, our part of what has occurred on our path. And we can forgive those people that have hurt us or the situations that have come onto our path. When we can get there, okay, we have that true sense of deep healing. And I feel like that is exactly where you're getting. You're seeing that there is a pattern that is repeating in your life. It could be in your relationships or in your health or in your job sector, right? There's patterns. And that's why I think you need this little bit of a timeout. This is like maybe even taking like a mental health day, okay? And going to the woods, sitting by a lake or a river, and just kind of like saying to yourself, okay, what patterns have I noticed in my life? What's the same kind of pattern that keeps showing up in my relationships? Or what is the same pattern that keeps showing up in my career sector or in my health or something like that? Trying to find, it's almost an energy of connecting the dots and seeing, oh my goodness, I'm seeing a pattern here. And the way to break the pattern, okay? And that's doing the healing. The way we break the pattern is by becoming grateful for that pattern showing up in our life. Understanding there's insight and wisdom that can be found in that. Understanding that we can't change other people, but the way to heal is to kind of like take in the insight, right? To see the silver lining of the situation. Every dark cloud has a silver lining. It's understanding that even in the most difficult of times, there is a silver lining to it. When if you've been following me for some time, I had a really bad fall a year ago. It was almost exactly a year ago today. And in that fall, I was hiking and I tripped over a rock and I fell down a cavern, it was bad. And I broke some ribs and I injured my eye, and it really set me back for about a month. I really had to just like sit. I really couldn't do anything. But during that time, okay, I was put into a position where I couldn't do for myself. I had to actually ask other people for help. And that's something that's I'm not very good at doing. But when I allowed myself to let other people help me, I realized that there are a lot of people in my life that would like to help me. All I have to do is ask for help. I don't have to wait to have a bad fall, right? And I think that this is the energy of learning that when we are in difficult situations, right? like for me, where I couldn't really do anything for myself, that there are silver linings to that situation. I made some really good friends during that time. Some neighbors that I didn't really even know that well that came and started really helping me out a lot, especially with my dog, right? And it created a new friendship. It created this sense of community in my neighborhood where people were coming over and really trying to help me out. And that is the thing that is like a silver lining, and understanding that the silver lining in some difficult situation that you are having right now, I think, is actually leading you to your purpose. You see how you have the regeneration card. This is the Phoenix Rising card. The way to overcome some difficult situation you may be going through right now is understanding that in our pain is born our purpose. And whatever you are going through at this time is helping you to step more into your purpose. It's asking the question, why? Why do I keep finding these same patterns, right? Why do the same things seem to be happening to me over and over again in my life? Why am I having the same conflicts with people? Why do I keep getting fired from a job, right? It's, and I'm kind of going to extremes here, but right. But Aquarius, you understand, it's like looking at the why these are happening. What are you doing? And when we constantly think, well, that's because I keep attracting in, these people that want to hurt me or whatever. That may be true, but asking yourself, why are you attracting them in? What about your own energy is attracting these things in? That is where you can find what pattern needs to be broken. And it's a little bit of this energy of really kind of like looking in the mirror, okay? And asking yourself, understanding you can't change other people. You can only change yourself or the way that you're perceiving situations, right? And taking a look at that. And when you do, Aquarius, the cool thing about this is that it actually becomes your purpose. If you have been kind of like trying to figure out what your career is or what your life purpose is, this is the energy of understanding whatever you're going through right now is helping you to step into the energy of knowing what your purpose is. Yeah, you have the Tower here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, whatever Tower, okay? And I don't know if the Tower is actually, I think you've had a Tower moment. I think you're going through something difficult right now. And I'm sending you lots of love and hugs for that. But the Tower also represents the epiphany of understanding how this situation is giving you insight into what your life purpose is. So for instance, say you're going through a health crisis, right? And you can't find any help through traditional medicine. This is the energy where you start looking at how, let's say, grounding, okay, working on your first chakra can actually help you to heal this other physical ailment that you are experiencing, right? And then from that, you decide, oh my goodness, I want to help other people that may have similar physical ailments. I'm going to help those people. I'm going to show them how I figured it out, or I found a Reiki healer, or I started using crystals, or I started eating a certain, nutritional plan. Whatever it is, it's almost like it becomes the way to find your way out of this situation that you may find yourself in now. It helps you to have a second chance at life. But more importantly, it brings you into alignment with your life purpose. And that in itself completely changes your life. It's almost like, I feel like for some of you, you could be literally like a year from now be going, I can't believe, I can't believe how different my life is in a good way, in a totally good way, because I'm going to jump to the end. Okay. You have the star and the healing light. Okay. Whatever you're going through right now, you are going to heal. And as you heal, you become a healer. This is all divine timing. There could be somebody that comes onto your path that literally shows you how to, or gives you information about how to heal, or gives you the idea of how to heal. And then that becomes what you share with other people. The exchanging gifts is understanding that when you put out your best version of yourself, the information, the silver lining, your purpose out to others in a loving way, that you will be financially rewarded. You know, you have a 10 of cups. It's the energy where you can literally change your life, literally change your life. And, you know, I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight because nothing really happens overnight, right? The tower may have brought down your life overnight, right? But this is the energy of getting the drive, the desire, the motivation, the inspiration that you may have been waiting for, right? This is kind of like the secret ingredient. You understand, wait a minute, this difficult situation I've been going through and working on and trying to heal from, getting some type of information or inspiration about how to heal that helps you to then serve or help or heal other people. Yeah, this is such a beautiful energy. Look, you have the judgment, you have the 7 of Pentacles, the Empress energy, judgment, deciding this is what my purpose is. I see the silver lining in this situation now. Okay, and now I can go out and help other people that have been put into a similar situation, right? And then it's putting time and energy into growing a business, Empress, you know, growing a business, a spiritual business. This is very spiritual, building a spiritual business based on something that you have gone through. For some of you, this could be with the Empress energy of even helping women or mothers of some sort, you know, like how to heal certain situations, heal relationships with children or mothers. It could have that, you know, part of this is that you're going back to your roots and you're understanding how your relationship with your mother has affected your relationship with your children. And then maybe, you know, understanding how that has brought in some other situations in your life, some patterns, healing those patterns and understanding it all goes back to some time when you were young, right? But I think that, you know, it could have something to do with helping women who are having difficulty having children or just healing. There is this energy of physical healing here. And it doesn't have to be, but there is either healing a relationship or healing relationships that you may have had, or healing a physical ailment. And this gives you the determination to go out there and help other people heal. Because your biggest energy, your biggest obstacle right now is seeing outside of the box. You're just kind of stuck. And the reason you're stuck is because you have not yet recognized the silver lining in a difficult situation that you have had or are having at this time. Yeah, really beautiful. You know, perhaps you are experiencing like a lot of anxiety or something like that due to a very stressful job. And you're recognizing that when you spend time in nature, right? And maybe you have this whole routine or ritual when you go into nature and you're understanding, oh my goodness, my anxiety is so much less now. And now I can even do a better job at work. And my life seems to be coming back into balance and all of this. And then deciding, you know what, I would like to help other people do the same thing. Or perhaps you're meeting people that are kind of stuck in life because they haven't been able to do this deep healing. Go back to situations that have been holding them back. Your advice here is understanding that something that maybe hasn't quite yet finished out. So maybe you haven't quite finished healing from a situation or learning how to heal from a physical ailment or healing relationships in your life, right? Especially if it goes back to childhood with that first chakra energy there and perhaps with mother energy. But understanding that the symphony is maybe not finished yet, but you can still continue doing the healing and sharing your healing energy and light with others. Yeah. We never stopped. You know, the healing journey never stops. We're never really completely healed. Right? I mean, that is just sometimes we think that we've healed. There could be a situation in your life where you feel like you've healed from that situation, especially if it has something to do with childhood or mother energy, something like that. You could feel like you've healed it. But going back and recognizing, wait a minute, I got to go back because this pattern, something keeps showing up, and I want to go and take a look at this so that I can truly heal this. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Divine timing coming in again, okay? Something is coming in. You have the Scorpio energy here with the Death card. Transforming. This is like something has happened in your life. I think you have this Tower moment, and don't fear this Tower, because I think this is the epiphany. I think you're connecting dots. It's that energy of connecting dots of how some situation in the past really has held you back, has put you into this energy of being stuck for maybe a long time, repeating the same pattern, bringing in the same type of relationships or conflicts in your life. You're understanding, you're seeing the pattern, and because of that, now, divinely timed, this person comes onto your path that helps you to see the light in this situation, right? And then all of a sudden you can transform it, you can heal it. It's taken a long time. For some of you, it honestly could be your whole entire life up to this point. But now that you have that secret ingredient, you can do this healing and now step into the energy of being a healer for other people. Yeah. You know, this is kind of like, especially if you've had some kind of chronic physical ailment, okay, that just, you know, it may go away and then it comes back, and you've gone to doctors, and, you know, it just, you know, whatever this could be, you know, or some emotional turmoil that just seems to keep coming back, and you're not really sure what the underlying cause is, you know. One of the things is you might want to read that Louise L. Hay book, you know, Heal Your Life. And it's all about, you know, how trauma can be stuck in our bodies, okay, in different areas. So just check that out. If you're kind of resonating with this reading, you may want to check out that book. All right, so, and I do personal readings, Aquarius, so if this is resonating with you and you'd like a personal reading, I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. The link is in the description box below. All right, how can I be more kind to myself and offer more grace in this very moment? Growing our self-love is medicine to this world's broken heart. When you heal, we all heal. And when you give yourself more grace, you are able to give the world more grace. Look at yourself with a grace filter. You are meant to be in this moment of your life. Release the inner critic and fill in that hole with your soul's truth, that you are infinite, you are loved, and you are already there. My goodness. I mean, that's just so beautiful, because I feel like for some of you, you may have had a mother, and I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. You may have had somebody, some female figure, and it doesn't have to be a mother, but somebody that maybe was critical, okay? And maybe critical in a loving way, wanted the best for you, okay? And so she could have been a little bit critical. The thing is that for some reason, either that or it could have just been somebody in your life that was critical. You may have an inner critic, right? You're highly critical of yourself, and recognizing that by being highly critical of yourself, you may also be a little bit critical of other people, because you have the Judgment card here, and understanding how this pattern, okay, has a kind of like, you know, diminished who you really and truly are and want to be. It's almost like, okay, why is this pattern showing up in my life? Why am I so hard on myself? Or why am I, you could have had a mom that was hard on you, and then you're hard on your children, right? You just kind of like passing it down, and just kind of understanding that it's coming from a loving place, perhaps. Maybe your mother really did want you to have everything she didn't have, right? It's very much an energy of, it may have been in a very loving light, okay? But at the same time, understanding, okay, I'm critical because of this. I'm critical to myself. You may be critical to other people, and understanding that by healing that and being kinder to yourself, All right. And giving yourself some grace also helps you to be kinder and give others more grace. Really beautiful energy here. I mean, Aquarius, I think we all can learn something from this, that kindness really starts with ourselves. When we're kind to ourselves, when we give ourselves a little bit of grace, when we turn off that inner critic of ourselves, right? That we just love ourselves more. And then we raise our own vibration. We feel better about ourselves. We feel better physically, mentally, emotionally. And therefore, we can go out into the world in a much higher vibration and attract in people that are at a higher vibration and love us for who we are. Really beautiful message. All right, Aquarius, I love you. And I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for you.